We're going to do the same thing as we did yesterday. We're going to read what the card says here. And then afterwards, we're going to see if we can figure out what was the author's purpose. Why did they choose to write whatever it is that they chose to write? Depends on the card. So again, we're going to start with card number 5. And card number 5 says, you have just read an article by a journalist telling about her walk with her dog yesterday. Okay. She told of the feeling of the warm spring breeze on her skin, the crisp scent of freshly mowed lawns, and the chirping greetings from birds perched in the trees. Okay, let's think about the things they're telling us. She told of the warm spring breeze on her skin, the crisp scent of freshly mowed lawns, and the chirping greetings from birds perched in the tree. So what time of year do you think that this journalist went on her walk? Jadine, what do you think? What time of year did this journalist go on her walk? It tells us right here, spring. So it's not cold outside. Like right now we're still in winter. So it's not really cold outside when she's walking, right? A little warmer. It says that it's a warm breeze, so it's not very cold outside. That she can smell people mowing their lawns, and that she can hear birds. Question says the author's primary purpose for writing this article is most likely A, to describe her dog's love of being walked, B, to describe a walk on a lovely day, C, to persuade readers to go on walks in the spring, or D, to entertain readers with the author's experience going for a walk. So for answer choice A and B, they use the word describe, but describing is a lot like informing when they give you facts and details about different things. So this slide or this card has answer choices for inform, for persuade, and for entertain. Who can tell me, why do you think the author would write this? Would it be to inform us, to persuade us, or entertain us? Alexa, what do you think? Same thing as yesterday, you're going to go to classwork, you're going to go to reading, and you're going to find the assignment author's purpose task cards. Or I might just say author's purpose cards. But who can tell me, why do you think that this journalist wrote about her walk? Was it to persuade us? Was she trying to change our minds? Was it to inform us? Was she giving us facts and details? Or was it to entertain us? Was she trying to make us feel some sort of emotion? Bailey, what do you think? Okay, so what emotion do you think she wanted you to feel? What I would say, Bailey, is especially for like entertain, if you don't really know what emotion they're trying to make you feel, it's probably not an entertain. Because if someone's trying to entertain you, they're going to try really hard to make you feel something. Again, if someone's going to write, let's say like a spooky book, right? If someone writes a spooky book, they're going to try really hard to make that book spooky and scary. They don't want you to finish reading their book or their story and go, I don't know, was I scared? Like maybe a little bit? Then the author's going to go, oh man, I messed up. Because they want you to finish that story or that book and be going, ugh. They want you to turn your nightlight on super bright that night and to make sure that you have the lights on and everything. They want you to know that you're feeling scared. Or if the author is trying to write like a sad story, They don't want you to finish their writing and go, I mean, I guess it was kind of sad, like maybe a little bit. They want you to finish their story with like tissues in your hands and like boogers running down your face and tears everywhere, and they want you to just be like crying and crying and crying. Why? Why? That's what they want. Or if they want you to feel happy, they want you to finish their writing with a big, big smile on your face. So if you aren't really sure what emotion to feel, if you're not sure, like maybe it's this, maybe it's that, it's probably not an entertain. Because if they're trying to entertain you, they know how they want you to feel. Whether they want you to feel scared or sad or happy or, like you said, curious. If they want to write a mystery novel, they want you to be curious. So they want you to be thinking. But you'll know, you'll be able to tell me, oh, I felt happy, or oh, I was scared, or I was sad. If you're not sure how you felt, then entertain isn't really a good answer choice for that one. So if that's the case, if it's not entertain, that only leaves us with persuade and inform. Which one do you think she's trying to do, Bailey? Do you think the journalist was trying to inform us or trying to persuade us? Do you want to take a look at what it says again? Informing is like when they're giving us facts and details. And persuading is like when they want you to change your mind about something. Okay, that's inform. Inform. So, what kind of details are they giving us, Bailey? Mm-hmm. So they described what it was like outside for us, right? Okay. All right. So I like that, to inform. And you're right, they do give us some details. The warm spring breeze on her skin. They talk about the scent, the smell of people who mow their lawns. And they talked about the chirping of the birds that are sitting in the trees. Jadine, do you have a question? Or was your hand up just from earlier? That's all right, just checking. Okay, so we said we're thinking inform. Like I said, describe is like a kind of informing. They're giving you details about something. What's up, Jaylene? She freeze? She might have frozen. Maybe. We'll see. So, describing is like a kind of informing. They're giving you details about something, facts about something. We said it wasn't persuade, it wasn't entertain. So we don't want to pick C, we don't want to pick D. Let's look at A and B, because both of them say to describe. A says to describe her dog's love of being walked. B says to describe a walk on a spring day. What is she describing? What is she giving us details about? Is she giving us details about her dog's love of being walked? Or is she giving us details about her walk on a spring day? Jadine? A walk on a spring day. She doesn't tell us how much her dog likes it or not, right? I don't see any of her details here about her dog. She doesn't tell us whether the dog's like sitting there with its tongue out of its mouth, with its tail wagging behind it, and it's kind of running all over the place. Or if the dog is like putting its legs down and she has to like pull the dog, or if the dog is whining or crying when she tries to walk out the door with it. We don't know if it likes going on the walks or not. Jaylene, you're back. What's up? Don't freeze this time. Please. Oh, your internet's messing up on you? Okay. If you can't see a whole lot right now, try turning your computer off and then turning it back on, Jaylene, and see if that'll help it, okay? But, I mean, that won't necessarily fix the internet, but it might make the screen look a little bit better if you try doing that, okay? Let's look at card number 6. Okay, Jaylene. No problem. It says MASH is a game kids play to predict their future. A piece of paper, a pencil, and a creative mind are the only items required to play this game. Here's how you play. Write the letters MASH at the top of your paper. MASH stands for mansion, apartment, shack, and house, indicating the type of home a child will live in someday. Make 5 boxes below the MASH letters. Label them as follows. And then it says ... Those 3 dots are called an ellipsis. Okay? Ellipses are there because they're letting us know there's more to that piece of writing. They just weren't able to fit everything on the card. So that's just part of a longer piece of writing. It says the author's primary purpose for the above statement is most likely A, to explain to readers how to play the game MASH, B, to entertain readers with sharing how the game MASH is played, C, to inform readers about the game MASH, or D, to persuade readers to play the game MASH. So I see answer choices for persuade. I see inform and explain. So both of those are like informing. And then I see for entertain. So we have to figure out, is this piece of writing trying to persuade us, change our minds? Is it trying to inform us by giving us facts and giving us details? Or is it trying to entertain us by making us feel some kind of emotion? Who can tell me what they think? Why do you think the author wrote this piece of text? Kylie, what would you say? Persuade, inform, or entertain? Inform, okay. And what kind of facts and details are they giving me, Kylie? How to play the game. Okay. So I want some kind of inform answer choice. That means I don't want to pick answer choice B because it says to entertain. I don't want to pick answer choice D because it says to persuade. So let's look at A and C. To explain to readers how to play the game MASH, or to inform readers about the game MASH. Which one do you think is better? Answer choice A. I agree with you, Kylie. Answer choice C is kind of an okay answer choice. It's not the worst one, but look at what they did. So they tell you, you need a piece of paper, a pencil, and a creative mind are the only things required to play this game. And then look at the very next sentence. Here is how you play. Then they start giving us a list, different instructions. But this one sentence kind of gives away our answer. Here is how you play. They're giving us instructions. They're not just telling us, oh, this is the game and this is what it's about and people do this or that. They're telling us, this is how you play that game. This is what you have to do. So I think you're right. I think answer choice A is the better answer choice. Like I said, I don't think answer choice C is awful. It's not the worst answer choice in the whole entire world, but I think answer choice A is better. because they're telling us here's the steps of how you play. And even though they don't finish, even though they do have that ellipsis letting us know that there's more to it than that, we know that at least they started giving us the steps. They started to explain this is what you have to do. Here's step number 1, step number 2, step number 3. Okay. Card number 7. You have just read a blog post that gave step-by-step directions for making homemade cinnamon rolls. You know what? I'm kind of sad that they didn't put the steps here because I would have liked a recipe for cinnamon rolls. That would have been nice to have. Each step included a photo as well. What's a photo? When they say that the steps included a photo, what does that mean? Christopher? What is a photo? A picture of someone or something. So, Christopher, if they were putting pictures with this post, what do you think the pictures would be of? If they were going to include pictures with this post, what would they put a picture of? Maybe the ingredients. I think that'd be a really helpful picture. Let's see what else. Each step included a photo as well. A shopping list of ingredients was also included. Why do you think they would put a shopping list? Who can tell me? Why would they put a shopping list on this post? Because they said they put pictures, they put step-by-step directions. Why would they also put a shopping list? Noah, why do you think they would put a shopping list? Okay, that's a good point. Sometimes with recipes and stuff, you can't just use like any kind of milk. Sometimes you need like a special kind of milk, or maybe like sugar, right? Because they're making cinnamon rolls. Maybe you need like a special kind of sugar. Okay, it says the author's primary purpose for writing this blog post is most likely A, to entertain readers with the experience of making homemade cinnamon rolls. B, to persuade readers to make homemade cinnamon rolls. C, to persuade readers to make homemade cinnamon rolls instead of buying them at a store. Or D, to explain the steps to make homemade cinnamon rolls. So again, I see answer choices. This time I don't see any inform, but I do see answer choices for, oh sorry, there isn't one for inform. Sorry. I do see one for persuade or inform. They just use the word explain. Or entertain. Who can tell me which one do you think works best for this blog post they're talking about? Are they trying to persuade? Are they trying to inform? Or are they trying to entertain? Are they changing our minds about something? Are they giving us facts and details? Or are they trying to make us feel some kind of emotion? What do you think, Alexa? Was Alexa frozen too? Oh, there we go. Inform. Okay. So we say inform. What kind of facts or details are they giving us, Alexa? What kind of facts or details are they giving us in that blog post? Jaylene, what's up? Can you say it again, Jaylene, nice and loud? Because the last time it was really quiet. Hold on, I can go back in a little bit. Okay, who can tell me? What facts or details are they giving us here? Alexa said that it's informing, but informing us about what? What are the facts or details they're giving us? Ezekiel? What? Sorry, can you say the first one again a little bit louder? Okay, step by step. What does that mean, Ezekiel? Step by step. Okay, so directions, right? First, you have to do this. Second, you have to do that. Third, you have to do this. Okay, and Ezekiel, why do you think you would want step by step instructions? Why don't they just tell you, oh, you kind of do this and then, I mean, later on you do that? Why would you want step by step instructions? Why do you think? To explain. Would it be harder or easier with step by step instructions, Ezekiel? Easier. Okay. I agree with you. If I was going to try making something that maybe I don't know how to make, then I would definitely want those step by step instructions. Because I wouldn't want to make a mistake and accidentally forget something or do something wrong. And then maybe my cinnamon rolls don't end up super tasty. So, what answer choice would I pick, Ezekiel? A, B, C, or D? What would you pick? Answer choice. Okay. I agree with you. What's up, Jadine? Okay. What do you think? Okay, so what did they say that's trying to change our minds? Okay, but what are they saying that's going to change your mind? Okay, that's giving us facts and it's giving us details. It's explaining to us. But remember, persuade is about you trying to change someone's mind. So I'm going to give you an example, Jadine. Have you ever, like, let's say after school sometime, have you ever really wanted, let's say, like pizza or tacos or hamburgers for dinner, and maybe mom or dad or sister didn't want them? Has that ever happened to you? Okay. So when you really want that pizza or those tacos or, hamburgers, whatever it might be, what do you say to mom or to dad to try to get pizza or tacos or hamburgers for dinner? Do you give them like step by step instructions on how to make them? Or do you tell them why it would be a good idea? Why it would be a good idea, right? Because mom or dad, they probably already know how to make or how to order the food that you want, right? So if you give them step by step instructions, it's not going to help them to change their mind. But if you tell them, look, mom, look, I know that if we order pizza, then we don't really have to do a lot of like dishes because there's no pots or pans to clean. Or or you can say, oh, you know what? Look, Dad, if we get hamburgers tonight, then I'll clean my room really, really good so that way it's not a big mess anymore. Or you might say, if we get tacos tonight, then I'll help my sister clean up her room or help her clean up the living room so it's not a big mess. You don't give them step by step instructions. You tell them, this is why it's a good idea. This is why you should do this. And look at what they told us in the blog post. Step by step directions for making homemade cinnamon rolls. Each step included a photo and a shopping list of ingredients. So they're not trying to change our minds about you should never ever buy homemade cinnamon rolls. You should never ever buy the cinnamon rolls from the store. You should make your own. What they're doing is they're giving us the steps, they're giving us the ingredients, and they even give us a shopping list because, like Noah said, you might not have everything. Maybe you don't have the right kind of sugar or milk or whatever. They're not trying to change our minds. They're trying to let us know, hey, if you want to make them, here is how you do that. Here are the steps. Here are the ingredients. Here's what you need. Here's this or that. If they were trying to persuade us, that's going to be a little bit different. Trying to persuade us would be like if they told us, oh, homemade cinnamon rolls, they're bigger than the ones you get at the store. Or homemade cinnamon rolls are tastier than the ones they give you at the store. Or they might say it doesn't cost as much money as the ones in the store. If they were trying to persuade us, they'd be comparing the cinnamon rolls at the store and the cinnamon rolls you can make at your house. They'd be giving you good reasons why you shouldn't just go buy them, why you should actually make them. So do you understand the difference there, Jadine?
Yes, I do.
So they're not trying to persuade us there, they're just trying to explain this is how you make those cinnamon rolls. And Jaylene, there's the last one. And we've got one more for today before we move on to the next thing. Let's look at card number 8. You have just read a story about two friends, one who makes good food choices and one who makes poor food choices. The boy who makes good food choices is healthy and full of energy, while the boy who makes poor food choices feels tired most of the time, but just can't figure out why he has so little energy. By the end of the story, the healthy boy convinces his friend to make better food choices. The story ends with this question: what food choices are you going to make today? And look what they did. They capitalized, all capital letters, the word you. Why do you think they did that? Why do you think they capitalized the word you at the end? Noah, why do you think they capitalized just that one word? Okay, maybe to get your attention, so you pay attention to it. The author's primary purpose for writing this story is most likely A. To inform readers how good food choices relate to good health. B. To explain how to be healthy. C. To persuade readers to make good food choices. Or D. To persuade readers to make friends with people who make good food choices. So, again, I see answer choices for persuade. I see some for inform, and they use the term explain as well, which is a kind of informing, giving us facts and details. I don't see any entertain, though, so we don't have to worry about that. It's not an entertain. But I have to decide, is it to persuade us? Are they changing my mind about something? Or are they informing me? Are they giving me facts and information? Kylie, what do you think? Okay, so they're trying to change your mind. Why do you think they're trying to change your mind, Kylie? Okay, and how do we know that if we make good food choices, we'd be healthy? What do they tell us? What's something they tell us about making good food choices and how it's going to make us be healthy? Okay, so they tell us about the two boys, right? One boy makes the good food choices and he's got all this energy, and then the other boy makes bad food choices and he's got very little energy. He's tired. I agree with you. I think persuade is a good option here. I've got two answer choices that say persuade though. To persuade readers to make good food choices, or to persuade readers to make friends with people who make good food choices. Which one do you think it would be? Jaylene, what would you pick? Oh, what's up? No, it's a game that you do on your own, but that was for the other one. What, Jaylene? Can you say that last part again? I can go back and show you right now, baby. Just give me a second because we gotta finish this one. Jaden, what do you think? Which one would you pick? Okay, I agree with you. To persuade readers to make good food choices. I think answer choice D is trying to trick us because this boy, the one who made bad food choices, his friend helped him out. But let me ask you something, Jadine. If I'm making bad food choices, just because I'm friends with you, is that going to make me healthy? No. No, I wish it worked like that. I wish that I could sit there with like a pizza and then watch my friend go to the gym and go for it, buddy. And then I'd end up with big muscles like that. I wish that's the way it worked, but it doesn't. If I eat the pizza and he goes to the gym, he's going to have big muscles and I'm going to have a big belly. It's not going to even out. Okay. So, Jaylene, you said you needed to see number 7, right? Okay. While Jaylene is doing that, food choices. I have a story for you about that. So, raise your hand if you know what contacts are. Good. Okay. Contacts are like glasses for your eyes. You just put them directly on your eyeball. Okay. Now, I want you to raise your hand if you've ever eaten like hot Cheetos or Takis, or you've ever touched like a jalapeno and then you scratch your eye. You know what that feels like. Never touched them. Okay. So, one time I was eating hot Cheetos at my cousin's house and I had contacts on and my contact fell out. And I went and I washed my hands and I thought I washed them really good, but I didn't. And I put my contact back on. And those of you guys who have ever touched your eye or anything like that, or if you've ever touched your nose after eating Takis or hot Cheetos or after touching jalapenos, you know how much that burns. That was a bad food choice, for sure. So, if you're, I know that hot Cheetos Takis are really, really good, really, really tasty, but if you're eating them, make sure that you wash your hands really, really well before you touch your eyes or your nose or anything else, because it is not a fun time. That is a bad food choice for sure.